2 months ago, I was browsing Twitter when a tweet caught my eye. It was gameplay from a pixel art game. Pixel art being a style of gameplay that I've loved ever since playing Suikoden back in the 90s. Imagine my surprise when clicking a tweet, doing a little digging, and learning the game was going to be a fully fledged MMORPG. I reached out to the devs, who seem to be pretty genuine people, and have communicated with them back and forth on numerous occasions, with them even offering me access to test the game out in the future. But before it releases, before I test this game out, I want to take a moment to discuss it, whether we should even be excited for it, and what we should expect. Before we talk about Drakantos, so did you know that we have over 50 confirmed MMORPGs releasing over the next few years? And we took the time to manually document every single one of those in a dedicated video that you should check out regardless of your final opinion of Drakantos. Now, according to the Steam page, Drakantos is a free-to-play MMORPG with a nostalgic pixel art style combined with exciting, fast-paced action combat and more than 20 unique playable heroes. They do note heroes here specifically, but in this instance, heroes function more or less like classes. Every hero fits a distinct class archetype and make up part of the Holy Trinity: tank, support, DPS. Each hero has their own unique weapon, their own fighting style, their own game mechanics, personal traits, and story role. They chose to go this route in an effort to break away from traditional class systems found in MMOs. I'm well aware many of you aren't necessarily fans of having heroes as opposed to classes, because this imposes severe limitations in terms of character customization. However, I think here, at least in terms of pixel art, it might work. They do address concerns of player expression over on their Steam page, going on to confirm that there are going to be unique styles for characters to collect. Drakantos isn't just a place for combat, it's also a stage to express your unique style. Unlock exclusive icons, titles, and cool skins to further personalize your profile and heroes. Collect dozens of charming pets, and make your interactions more lively with over 30 emotes per hero, each featuring unique voice lines. Drakantos might be an MMO, but at the same time, it's a gripping, narrative-driven RPG as well. Players will occupy the world of Darad, which is brought to life by an extensive cast of characters and voice-acted cutscenes. They promise there will be a seamless blend of gameplay and storytelling as you progress through the game. Before we delve any deeper into Drakantos, allow me to take a moment here to thank our incredible patrons over on Patreon, allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this on MMOs every week. I appreciate it. Now back to the video. The story is a very important aspect of an MMO, to me specifically. Helps me become enthralled in what I'm playing, in what I'm watching, and in what I am engaging with. But what is of equal importance is the PvE and the PvP. Drakantos is built around both solo and multiplayer play, allowing you to group up with other players or go solo into dynamic dungeons. You'll level up your hero, monsters and bosses will drop rare items, including equipment that will help you grow stronger and tackle more difficult encounters. As the dungeons are dynamic, they will provide players with ever-changing experiences, with varying monsters, bosses, resources, traps, and objectives to overcome with, as they point out, the potential for special events and twists. This is their way of lessening the monotony of PvE content while also providing more unique and challenging encounters. I noted PvP was important just a moment ago. A lot of players absolutely loathe open world forced PvP, and the devs behind Drakantos know this. Drakantos is going to provide players the option of dominating other players in a variety of different PvP modes with a fully functional ranked system and regular in-game tournaments. Whether that's sustainable remains to be seen, but it is still nevertheless a very good concept. Unlike most MMOs, Drakantos is going to balance PvP by making all characters' stats equal across the board, meaning gear, items, absolutely nothing will have an effect on your stats, making the playing field completely even and entirely skill dependent. If you lose, it's not because they had better gear than you, it's because, and you're not gonna like to hear this, but it's because you suck. You got skill diffed. This also eliminates many forms of pay to win from the game, since you won't be paying to actually win anything. The Drakantos devs have promised that there will be a lot more to the game than just dungeons, raids, and PvP though. Players will have a deeper and more complex hero growth system to navigate, being presented with numerous customization options that allow you to progress your hero in different ways. by modifying their abilities with orbs and artifacts. There will no doubt still be cookie cutter meta builds, but this provides a little more in terms of freedom over how we play. There was confirmation that player housing will be implemented. In what form is unconfirmed. They note you'll be able to obtain your own land and decorate the plot however you wish. Whether this plot of land is out and in the open world for other players to see and interact with, or is merely instanced, is currently unknown. There will be a functional player market allowing players to buy and sell items. This is required in any MMO, as without it there's no real sense of an economy. Guilds will be present, and given they express the various PvP game modes, Guild Wars very well might be a thing. They note that you can ascend to become the most powerful guild on the continent, which can really only be done on the bones of your enemies after all. There will be regular global events, such as mini-games that occur at certain hours, which according to the devs will change the pace of the game. I think that's honestly a little bit of an over-exaggeration here, but you know what, who am I to judge? They also have a functional crafting system, but didn't really elaborate on how many professions there will be, which professions specifically will be present, whether you'll farm materials out in the world to craft, or whether dungeons will be the primary source of resources. Drakantos, from what I've seen in terms of gameplay, what I've read online, is really shaping up to be quite the fascinating MMORPG. According to the press section of their website, there'll be 21 playable heroes, different to the 20 listed on Steam. You guys might want to update that. It'll feature a top-down isometric perspective, fast-paced action combat, with inspiration for the game and characters coming from legends like Chrono Trigger, Stardew Valley, Graveyard Keeper, and Stone Shard. They're attempting to build a world on the scale of the Lord of the Rings, which, I'm gonna be honest with you guys here, is impossible. But you know what? It is never bad to set your goals high. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a professional gamer. And this right here, this is about as close as I will ever get to fulfilling that dream. Playing video games and being paid to play them, just not millions of dollars and at a very high skill level. Yeah, if you watch me playing video games, you know it is on the other side of the spectrum there. The game does have a fantasy setting with dwarves, dragons, elves, and a lot more that we'll get to experience on our own. Drakantos seems to be a unique MMO with a lot of passion from the people working on it. Will it be the next big MMORPG? Not a chance. Can it find an audience that appreciates and enjoys it though? Definitely, and who knows, maybe you'll be one of those people. Drakantos, if we're lucky, should be releasing at some point in 2024 onto Steam, so keep an eye out for it. Now, if Drakantos is not an MMO you're particularly interested in, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be.